Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Science 9. I just want to start by saying I hope everyone's doing okay. I hope you and your families are getting through this. I know things have gotten a little crazy since we last saw each other, but we are going to attempt to continue this course through remote learning. We're still working out the kinks of what that's going to look like, so we'll have some more information for you soon. I know some of you guys have some other stuff going on with this, so I'm going to try and be as understanding as you need. We are going to reduce the workload in all our classes, actually. So we're going to aim for 1 to 2 hours of work per week. And my goal is every day just to have a 15 to 20-minute lesson. I'll start with just a short video introduction, go through a couple notes, and then most of that will just be work time for you guys. I'm going to give you a quick rundown of how this is going to work. I'm going to deliver all the stuff through our Google Classroom page. So it's going to start every week. I will post, so this first example, remote learning week 1, I'll post an outline of what every day is going to look like. So for this first week, we only have 2 days because of the Easter long weekend. So today, Wednesday, the lesson plan will be to go through the notes. So when you're going through the notes and the content, you could either just watch the video I post, so watch lesson 1 video, that's what you're watching right now. Or if you want to just look through the slides, you can do that. So you could, for lesson 1, you could look through slides 1 to 14 on the Science 9 1.1 WHMIS PowerPoint presentation. And then after you go through the notes, there's a short worksheet, WHMIS worksheet 1.1, that is attached right here. Okay, it's just 2 pages. Okay, and then you'll see here, here's the video link that you're watching, and then, oh, sorry, here's the video link, and here are the PowerPoint notes. So depending on the size of the video, I might just have to post a link to YouTube, but the video link will be an option as well. So before the break, we finished off our biology unit. We finished off cells, like what cells are made of, how they reproduce sexually and asexually. And now we're moving on to the chemistry unit. So at the start of the year, we introduced lab safety, and the hope was in this chemistry unit, we were going to get you guys working in the lab as much as possible. If we come back in enough time, we are still going to finish some chemistry labs, even if we're on the physics part of this. So we'll revisit some of this stuff later, but these are the rules we went over at the start of the year, and the labs we have done in the biology unit, you guys have been really responsible, worked really well. So we'll keep that up if and when we get back in and we're able to do our chemistry labs. One thing I would like you guys to do at home, I'd like you guys to just pause this video in a moment, and I want you to find the fire extinguisher in your house. So this is the little bit of lab safety we can cover remotely while you're at home. So I want you to pause this video, ask your parents where the fire extinguisher is, and then once you find it, I want you to click on this link in the notes, and it's just a 2-minute video of how you would use a fire extinguisher if you ever had to. So I'll get you guys to pause right now and go find that and click on this video link. Okay, welcome back. So what we're going to do for the remainder of this lesson is we're going to go over some common symbols that indicate hazards on chemicals. And it's not just chemicals in the lab. Whenever we work in the lab, I make sure you guys know the hazards of every chemical we use, but you'll notice that there are chemicals in the house and at work, even common cleaning chemicals, that you'll need to know the hazards of. So that's what we're going to focus on this first week. So in Canada, we illustrate the symbols. There's a system called WHMIS, and that's a universal system that lets lets you know the dangers associated or the potential hazards with every chemical. It stands for Workplace Hazardous Materials Information System. A lot of you guys, if you take chemistry, I think it's chemistry 12, or if you take chemistry in university, or a lot of you, your jobs, you'll have to do a short WHMIS training. Basically, WHMIS pictures are used to represent hazards and dangers. So here's a little image of 8 of the most common ones. We're going to go over 10 WHMIS symbols in this lesson. So the first symbol we're going to cover is compressed gas. You'll see that on basically a lot of cylinders that have gas in them, whether it's a small aerosol can like spray paint or WD-40, or whether it's like a large propane tank. Basically what compressed gas is gas is pressurized and it's put in a cylinder, and if you're not careful, if it's heated or if it's jostled or thrown around, it could be dangerous. And if it's heated, it may explode. The next symbol is an O with a flame over it, and that's oxidizing material. So that's basically anything in that container. It could be flammable or it could start a fire. So you need to be careful with that stuff. Same with this symbol, flammable and combustible material. Again, it's a flame, and it's basically the same thing as oxidizing materials. So even though you guys now know how to use a fire extinguisher, you don't want to test it. So be careful with this stuff. Corrosive materials, so that's given the symbol either it's a test tube that's spilling onto a flat surface in a hand with these lines coming off that indicate it's reacting with it. It's basically eating away at it. Or it's this symbol kind of like a hand in an x-ray machine. What corrosive is, it's stuff that could eat away at other things. So a lot of cleaners are corrosive, acids like battery acid. So you need to be careful with that. And if you were to get some of that on your skin or in your eyes, you need to wash it right away. Dangerously reactive, similar to corrosive. If it gets on something, you need to wash it off quickly because it could react and eat away at something. Poisonous or toxic, those are given the symbols either a T that comes down to an exclamation point or the classic skull and crossbones. So again, those can cause illness or death, especially if they're ingested. So obviously avoid that, but if you were working with these and either you or someone around you were to swallow something like this, you need to call poison control or call 911 and get that dealt with right away. This symbol, health hazard, so these are other types of health hazards, but still potentially fatal. They may cause serious health effects. It might be a carcinogen, so it might lead to an increased risk of cancer, or it might cause breathing problems. So you need to be careful when you're working with stuff like this as well. Biohazards, so this is the symbol for things that are possibly infectious, possibly disease causing, bacteria or virus, which is really topical right now. If COVID was in a test tube, it would definitely have this biohazard symbol. And you might see other hazard symbols as well. You might see this exclamation point. That means it might cause less serious health effects, still concerning, but less serious, or it might cause damage to the ozone layer. And this one right here, you see this symbol, it's a fish. It means the chemical might damage the environment, especially aquatic environments like lakes, rivers, oceans. So you need to be careful how you dispose of these. You can't always just dump them down the drain. In Canada, this is optional, but you'll still see it on a lot of things. So here are the 10 we went over, just summarized, and a more in-depth description of the risks than I gave you. So this is the latest version of WHMIS, the 2015 version of WHMIS. I'll give you guys a minute to look at that. So just a couple examples on common products here. This is a cleaning solvent right here, and you see there's a skull and crossbones, so that means it's toxic or potentially toxic if it's ingested. And this, the symbol is corrosive right there. And then this one right here on the right, it's a can of WD-40. I blew up the hazards, the symbols. I know it's a little blurry to see, but basically this is flammable right here, so it could start on fire. It's toxic if ingested, and it's a compressed gas, so it could explode if it's heated high enough. So what I'd like you guys to do is, again, pause this video and just click on this link here. This link takes you to just an introductory WHMIS video here, and it just reviews the hazards we went over again. So I'll let you guys go through that. Click on this. Okay, so after you finish that video, the rest of today's lesson, I would like you guys to do this worksheet here. Worksheet 1.1, what is WHMIS? There's only 2 pages. So you'll find that worksheet just right here in Google Classroom. And what I'd like you guys to do when you're done with that, I'd like you to upload it into Google Classroom. So I've created an assignment for it right here. So if you click on that assignment, submit it, and then we'll go over the answers at the start of tomorrow's lesson. So that's it for today. Like I said, I hope you guys are doing well. If you have any questions, if you don't have access to technology, if you're not able to upload your worksheets, please let me know. Just shoot me an email, owen.patterson@learn68.ca, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.